Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how to create this ruffled buttercream cake with a cool ganache print on the top. I'm starting with a 6-inch crumb-coated and stacked cake, and I'm creating a final layer of frosting in the same color that I'm going to create my ruffles in. You could go directly over a crumb coat with the ruffles, but I wanted to make sure that when you look through, you do not see the crumb coat whatsoever, and so the ruffles blend in beautifully even if you can see through each layer. This is hybrid buttercream frosting that I'm using. I'll have a recipe linked in the eye and in the description box below this video. Once you smooth down the side, bring in that lip of frosting to the center and refrigerate your cake for at least 20 minutes or pop it into the freezer for 10 minutes. To create ruffles, I have a piping tip number 124. It's basically a gigantic 104 tip. Starting at the very top and creating a lip, making sure that it goes well and truly above the top of the cake. I lined it twice because I wanted to make sure that the ganache didn't break through that barrier as it did in the live stream. Continue this all the way down the cake, overlapping slightly. And the skinny side of your piping tip is always facing up. The thicker side of your piping tip is touching the cake. Try to keep it level. If you don't, you can always just go over just half a line to bring that back down level. And the very last row has the piping tip touching the base of the cake board. Into the fridge she goes to set completely. About 20 minutes. In the meantime, create your ganache. This is 120 grams of white chocolate with 40 grams of cream. Zapped it in a microwave for 30 seconds, gave it a good stir until it's all melted. It does have a bit of a yellowish tinge, so I added white icing by Wilton. It's a gel food color. Stir that through and then reserve maybe a tablespoon or so of this so you can turn it a different color. Once your cake is nice and set, fill the center with a little bit of ganache. Do not overfill. I think this was one of the main problems where in the live stream it broke through the barrier. It also is going to be warm, so make sure that your cake has set so your buttercream doesn't melt. You can help that along the way to the edge of that lip with your spoon, or you can add just a little bit extra ganache. With the reserved ganache that I had, I tinted it purple with a little bit of gel food color, and I'm creating 3 rings. Take a skewer or a toothpick or a metal skewer, as I've got here, just a barbecue skewer, and drag from the outside of the cake into the middle and draw a cross. Draw another cross inside of that one, but this time leading from the center of the cake out to the outside of the cake, so the opposite direction, to create this pattern. You could stop it there. I went in with a round piping tip number 3. I'm creating a pearl border at the base of the cake. If you'd like to know where you can find these piping tips, I will have them linked down below in the Amazon link. You could leave it as is. I decided to pipe another border at the very top, but make sure that you let your cake set before you pipe over your ganache, otherwise it will kind of mess up your design because it hasn't set properly. And you're done. Thank you guys for watching. This was a replacement video. It was meant to be the live stream, but this one here has been created for you guys so you know how to properly do it. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you recreate it, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can see it as well. Thanks again, and I'll catch you next week on Tuesday.